Brother Alexander Constantine Ensenio OP, together with the following: San Lorenzo Ruiz Academy, Binondo, Manila; San Lorenzo Ruiz Parochial School, Navotas; Santo Domingo Charismatic Community, Perpetual Rosary Association, Sacred Heart Parish Shrine, Shrine of Jesus the Divine Word.
Beata Juana de Aza,
The mother of Saint Dominic de Guzman, she was beatified by Pope Leo XII in 1828. Devotion to her persisted through the centuries, despite the poverty of records. The mother of three priests, her picture, as that of any mother, can be seen reflected in her sons.
Beata Juana de Aza,
Ipanalangin mo kami. Santa Margarita de Castelo,
born a dwarf, deformed and blind, Margaret was abandoned by her parents, but found refuge in the homes of the poor. By her radiant charity, she became a source of hope and consolation for the poor, the outcast, the sick, and the imprisoned, to whom she ministered tirelessly as a lay Dominican. She is the patroness of pro-life Philippines.
Santa Margarita de Castelo.
Ipanalangin mo kami.
Accompanying the image of Santa Margarita de Castelo is its chaplain, Brother Dionysius Christ Widyawan OP, together with the following: Dominican Oblates of Blessed Margaret of Castelo, Blessed Margaret Movement, Mukaad, Most Holy Redeemer Parish, Araneta Avenue, Our Lady of Fatima Parish, Rosary for Life Philippines.
Santo Tomas Huong,
Thomas Kong belonged to a noble family on Tonkin and could well be a son of a mandarin. A Christian since childhood, he became a priest and a Dominican tertiary. He was imprisoned many times because of his faith. When he was in his 80s, in 1859, he was arrested. The judge tried in vain to make him trample on the crucifix and invited him in vain to persuade his Christian followers to apostatize. But he firmly replied, "To redeem mankind, Christ voluntarily suffered death. I, too, want to give love for love."
El Shaddai Santo Domingo Chapter, Santo Domingo Parish Catechetical Ministry, Minor Basilica of the National Shrine of Our Lady of Mount Carmel Parish, and St. Paul the Apostle Parish.
San Francisco de Capillas.
Francis was born in Baquerin de Campos, Palencia, Spain, on August 14, 1607. He entered the Dominican Priory of St. Paul of Valladolid. He arrived in Manila in February 1632, where he was ordained priest. In 1641, he attended the provincial chapter held in Manila and asked the new provincial to send him to China. In 1642, he left for China. He went to the villages and towns in Fogan and Puni, converting huge numbers of Chinese. He was captured and remained incarcerated for 2 months. He died on January 15, 1648. He was canonized by Pope John Paul II on October 1, 2000.
San Francisco de Capillas.
Ipanalangin mo kami.
Cohel Parish. St. John Paul Parish.
San Vicente Liem de la Paz.
The first Vietnamese Dominican, he was born in Tra Lu in 1731. He received the Dominican habit in Manila and continued his studies at the Colegio de San Juan de Letran in Intramuros. Already a priest, he asked to return to his land to work among his people. He labored for 14 years until he was captured and martyred on November 7, 1773.
San Vicente Liem de la Paz.
Ipanalangin mo kami.
Accompanying the image of San Vicente Liem de la Paz is its chaplain, Brother Roberto S. Castellano Jr. OP, together with the following. Colegio de San. When her parents perished in the Great Persecution in Japan, she first entered the Order of Augustinian Recollects as a tertiary. Years later, her Recollect superiors were martyred, and she placed herself under the direction of a Dominican father, Jordan of St. Stephen, and received the habit as a tertiary. At a public hearing presided over by the Mandarin, after her arrest and torture, she stood up and cried out her profession of faith. She was martyred in 1634. She was beatified and canonized together with San Lorenzo Ruiz.
Santa Magdalena de Nagasaki,
Ipanalangin mo kami.
accompanying the image of Santa Magdalena de Nagasaki as its chaplain, Brother June Edward D.
San Juan Macias,
A cooperator brother like St. Martin, he was born in Ribera, Spain in 1585. Employed at first as a hawker, he gradually worked his way down the Pacific coast until he reached Lima, where the divine call at last manifested itself clearly. John became a cooperator brother in the Dominican Priory of St. Mary Magdalene in Lima. Given the office of porter, he set about at once serving the poor, who came to the priory gate for alms. He is distinguished for his great devotion to the Rosary and untiring supplications for the souls in purgatory. St. John Macias died on September 17, 1645.
Saint of Humility, son of a white Spanish father and a black Panamanian mother, was born in Lima, Peru in 1579. As a Dominican, he served as infirmarian, healed the illness of the poor and also of animals. He led a life of profound prayer, penance, and extraordinary spiritual gifts. He is the patron saint of the poor and the sick. It is said that he bilocated in the Philippines during his lifetime and stayed in Old Santo Domingo and other Dominican priories in the country. He died on November 5, 1639. He was canonized by Pope John XXIII on May 5, 1962, the first Negro from the New World to attain the rank of sainthood.
San Martin de Porres,
Ipanalangin mo kami.
accompanying the image of San Martin de Porres is its chaplain, Brother Cornelius Liwangsa Putra Herman o
Rosa de Lima,
the first saint of the Americas. She was born in Lima, Peru in 1586. An intelligent and efficient woman, she took Saint Catherine of Siena as her model. At 15, she received the habit of the Third Order Dominican. In obedience to her parents, she did not enter the convent, but lived at home a humble life of penance and mystical prayer. Saint Rose died on Ola de Ricci.
remarkable for her spirit of penance and life of contemplative prayer, She received many extraordinary favors from God, including the mystical espousal and sacred stigmata. Nonetheless, she was also an eminently practical person and an able administrator for 36 years as prioress of her community. On Easter Sunday of 1542, our Lord appeared to her, took
Born in Germany towards the end of the 16th century, he was sent to work in Holland, where he brought relief to the Catholics cruelly persecuted by heretical Calvinists. When he heard of the arrest and abuse of Catholics in the Netherlands, he visited them in prison, smuggling in the Eucharist. When he was discovered to be a priest, he was arrested and tortured with 18 other religious of different orders and secular priests. He was hanged in 1572 for the defense of the Holy Eucharist and the primacy of the Pope. San Luis Beltran,
the patron of all Dominican novices and formation personnel. He volunteered for the foreign missions and was sent to Latin America. He once raised a girl to life by the application of a rosary and often attributed to Our Lady the miraculous powers he manifested. On one occasion, there was an
of our Lord Parish,
San Pio Quinto.
Pius V was born of noble but impoverished parents at Bosco in Piedmont, Italy in 1504. At the age of 14, he entered the order of Officials at Boquera, and as a young religious, was remarkable for his prudence and solid piety of God.
Importante lang yung ano nakalagay. Huwag nababasa.
Right here. Nakatayo siya.
San Alberto Magno,
A doctor and teacher of the church, he is a patron of scientists and philosophers.
Good afternoon, brothers and sisters. We will start the Mass in one minute. We will start the VIVA!